Oh boy. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Rookzer0 Draw Commission Day. We're doing a Commission Day. That's what we're doing. I think we're going to try to finish this up today. Going to hang out a little bit. We have Mr. Jonas with us today drawing. We also have Dippy in the live stream. That's no problem. I'm going to continue drawing onward. Let's see, what else is going on today? I got some new stickers ordered. Got the Barrington Ale stuff up on Redbubble. Art. Work. D&D, I suppose. This is kind of that, and I have ants all over my house. So those are the things that are going on this week. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. How's everybody doing today? Dungeon runs. I really wish that the like Baldur's Gate had a better MMO system. I hope the new one has a really good multiplayer, because otherwise I'm gonna be bummed out. I'm gonna be bummed out real bad. I hope it's somewhat like Divinity. I think that'll be a good base. Divinity, when it came out, though, had issues trying to link up with people. I think you had to download a whole separate app to play Divinity with people. It sounded like it might have been somebody's somebody's phone or something. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be doodling about. David, welcome. Corbett, welcome. Ooh, waking up with a migraine, no fun. So it's doing better. You said you got it under control. Oh, that's lucky. That's super lucky. Yeah, migraines are no fun. No good. Got to work on my health so I don't get those. I have family history, a little bit of them, but luckily I've been able to dodge most of them. So, as in, I've only ever had like one. I've had like one migraine ever. Let's not let that happen again. All right. So I wanted to, my goal for this character, sketching it, because I was like, I'm going to draw clothes and a beard. I think I've done that, and now I can't draw anything else. Let's get some hands in here. That's what I'm saying, yeah. I should have done the volume first. I jumped right into the focusing on the clothes. Hey! But you know what? We can do that right now. Let's just get back in there. So we got a rib cage. We got some collarbones. We've got some guts. We got some naughty bits. We got some legs. We can recover from this. This will be fine. just gotta figure it out. I think these elbows are about right. I think that's good. I think this arm is a little short. I think we're gonna have to extend that out a little bit. I never know what to do with my character's hands. I don't know what to do with my own hands. Maybe that's the problem. I need to learn how to vogue, so I can figure out how to draw character hands. Posing, fancy model posing. If I'm using that wrong, please tell me. I will. It's the only thing I know how to call it besides fancy model posing. Do they vogue in Adventure? Oh, is that like their... Gotcha, yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. I was thinking about Taco. I really like the Adventure Zone. That was a great great run to listen to. Yeah, yeah. Yep, I think that's how a lot of D&D campaigns go. People start with a module, and then like, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing, and I think that's great. Like, I love it when that happens. As a DM, honestly, it makes me more anxious to play the modules than not, because I feel like if I'm writing my own stuff and I screw it up, it's like, yeah, whatever, that's fine. I'll just make it up on the fly and I'll fix it later. But with the module, like, I feel like, yeah, if you screw it up, it's because you didn't read it all the way, and then you have to kind of backpedal and like, oh right, no, that guy we killed, no, he was the king. That was the king. That was my fault. That was my fault. He's fine now though. We're totally fine. Toad's fine. Absolutely not dead. Someone rezzed him. Let's say that. Let's just say someone rezzed him. We were talking a little bit about that yesterday, about players. Speaking of death saves, back in 3.5. Sorry, I got super sidetracked. Let's talk about the other thing first, and then we'll talk about Uno. Remind me about Uno. So, what were we talking about? Dang it, that was fast. That was real quick that I just totally forgot what the hell we were doing. Welcome, Rick. Thanks for joining the chat today. Yeah. Before that, though, we were talking yesterday about poop. I guess we're going to talk about Uno, since that seems to be the train of thought my head wants to take on. Rezzing people. I remember now. So we were talking about party members being like, it's way too easy to revive people. But you think if like a king got killed, which sounds like a pretty legit thing that happens in D&D, like the assassination of a king, or possibly like a large warlord getting killed by a random group of adventurers that just stumbled into his hideout, you think someone would revive them. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you think a king would have, like, wait, you can bring the dead back to life? Well, sure. like that in itself, I think, should be most campaigns. Like, if you have a really good cleric, like a cleric that is focused on healing, a lot of the storyboards, or like art boards, a lot of the job boards should be like, king looking for immortality, large reward. And then that should be a campaign. I think that would be fun. But if you're gonna play the game where it's oh crap, have I been putting red on the wrong layer? Well, that's push-ups. I gotta do push-ups now. No, I didn't do it. Haha. Great. Okay. No push-ups for me yet. I did so many push-ups yesterday. Holy crap. It was ridiculous. But I think I'm getting better at it. Right? I mean, like, all of that. It seems like anybody with 300 gold and a friend who is a cleric, which maybe that's the thing. Maybe there's just not a lot of happy people, but like, yeah, especially the ones that aren't like instantaneous. Like Revivify, I really like as a spell. I think that's great. It's like heat of combat, someone gets shanked, and you're like, quickly, Diamond, give it, go, okay, go, okay, we're fine. I really think that should be the core mechanic for reviving, or possibly even spending spell slots to just stabilize somebody. Like stabilize in old school. Was a 0 level spell, and it was just like, if your cleric could get to you, you could be revived. Like, it was just like, I'm gonna take my whole turn, boom, they're fine, I stabilize them. And I think that's kind of what 5e is missing for, oh, you're down? I will give you one save. Because like getting knocked down for 3 rounds can be really, really bad. And I think that should be the danger moment. Like you have 3 rounds to just insta-save somebody. And that's kind of how it is. And so I'm okay with that when you're playing a hardcore type game where death should be all over the place. Death should be a consequence, not a like, oh, that's 300 gold. It's like, okay, whatever, we got. See, that's another way to play D&D, where all your characters want to die. Yeah, I've had a few players like that, and that's really fun mechanic when. Yeah, it's good. No, I don't think you need to go full suicide mode with Guff. I think Guff will be fun. I mean, you can. It's your character. Do what you want. But we don't have to make this. We don't have to make this super hardcore character. Yeah, there's a excuse me. There's a few archetypes like that where people are like trying to die in battle, or trying to like I have to sacrifice myself, saving somebody to be accepted in my whatever afterlife. I've seen a few characters like that. Yeah, it's basically like the Valhalla thing where it's just like if I die here, it's perfectly fine, and that's gonna be. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the especially for orcs. I think that's a really good mentality of just like death is not an issue, and so I think a lot of people don't want their characters to die because they're invested in them, and I get that. I totally get that, and I think most people should play that way. But I think having those characters that are kind of, I don't want to say have a death wish, but have like are okay with death, make the game a little more interesting. Because then, if those characters die, they become the story for that party. And it's just like, someone else comes up. We still need a barbarian, so we'd better find a new one at the next tavern. But we will always remember Senior Stabhammer. Number 32, the red shirt. That's how I played. XCOM. I just labeled all of my recruits and stuff like Red Shirt 1, so I could keep track of how many people I lost at the end of the game. We did that too. That's naming your friends after XCOM characters is super dangerous, but that's how it works. Yeah. We always have Rook and Shoe and Jump Rope, and then we have like Rook 3 because my characters always die. Bri, welcome. Thank you. Okay, there's push-ups. I gotta do push-ups now. Let's get it going. Let's get it started, right? I think I might do some curls today. I think that'll be better. Because I've been doing push-ups all week. Gotta get the pulls. Okay. We done did it. Here we go. Back to the Bardlock. I think this is probably going to be one of the cleanest line things I've done in a while, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of happy about that. Like that was my goal for this. So That's a good question. I have done that before. That's not fun. Jesus. It's recycled. Okay, let's get this going here. Yeah, Duffman Hoffman's is Hook. He is Hook. Yeah. That's weird. Probably. There you go. Go into your bathroom and say Beetlejuice 3 times in the mirror. Don't do that, by the way. Danny Elfman will show up and eat all of your cereal, I think. Did you say something about lobsters? Oh, cereal's a luxury. Gotcha. It's a staple here. It's a staple. Okay. I had a roommate. Actually, he's still my friend. I just lived with him for a few years. But that's all he ate was cereal. It's like, man, I can make food. I'll cook burgers right now. He's like, yeah, all right. I'm like, but you're still eating the cereal. He's like, well, I already poured it. It's like, all right. No, super good, super cool guy. When I was in college, I had like the first week or so of school, and the cafeteria food was just so bad. I was like, well, okay, I'm buying a skillet, and I just started cooking in my dorm room, and I probably would have gotten in trouble. Yeah. Yeah, they had that too, except I was their free meal plan was actually like $4,000 just added to your tuition. So, yeah, you had to buy it with part of it, so but I did discover that there was a cheaper one if you just cut it back, like, yeah, I only need 2 meals a week. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yep, that's fine. I can absolutely do that. Hashtag have a fridge. Yep, that sounds right. That sounds pretty standard for college living. No, yeah. I don't remember. It's all added. It's not free, man. You're paid for it. Oh, that's cool, actually. Yeah, that's actually really cool. No, yeah, we had to pay for our laundry machines. The printing was also like super. They were really pissy about it. They tracked it And they're like, hey, you've printed too much this month. You owe us $8. And it's like, what? Stop it. Yeah, when I was a CS student for a year or two, we had a secret printer for our classroom because they're like, yeah, we need you to print out your code. And like, my code is 115 pages long. And they're like, yeah, that's why we have the special printer. And so you'd have to go down into this basement and be like, I need to print off my thing. And they're like, yeah, that's fine, go over there. And it's like, cool, okay. And they like watched you, like, you better not be printing anything else off. I'm like, nope, it's all for class, I promise. Man. Yeah, I did that too. I totally did that too. I can't remember. This is a warlock, not a bard. It's a Bardish Warlock. So I need to draw... Yeah, maybe a wand would be better? I don't remember what weapon I was supposed to have. I think it was a crossbow? I think it is a crossbow. Oh, yeah. Somebody messaged me on... Not messaged me, but like commented on one of the videos about their bard having an axe that was also a bass guitar. And I was like, yes, that is perfect. That is how D&D should be done. With Arcanine Ripper, yep. No, it's not original at all, but it's fun. I think it's cool. I mean, it's a battle axe. It is what it is. Well, a battle axe is a musical term for a great guitar. I think it's just an axe. Axe is the colloquialism for a guitar. Be-doop-ba-doop. Somebody please speak. What? Oh, okay. Corvus, welcome to the call. Helios, welcome as well. We are hanging out today in the Discord. If people want to join us in the voice chat, are more than welcome. Patreons are welcome to draw today with Mr. Jonas. Apparently Jonas doesn't know what to draw. Draw a Hydra. There you go. Oh, man, I like Hydras. I should draw Hydras, but whatever. No, I got to do this. Got to work. Got to work. Work first. Hydra second. That's the way to go. I was thinking about... I'm struggling with the live stream. Not the live stream. The live play video. I spent an hour and a half yesterday trying to draw maps. And I'm like, why am I drawing maps? This is stupid. And now I don't know if it's actually going to be in the video. But I kept doing that, and then I'd go work on other things, and I'd come back and draw more map. But I'm like, maybe I should just make like a really small animation of rugby. And then I'm like, rugby and chill. That would be, I could do one of those videos where it's just like, you have the audio playing in the background, and then it's just like a looping animation. I'm like, that might not be so bad. But I do still want to do rugby and chill. It's super bad, but it's fun. So I might do something like that, but I don't know. Gotta do those warm-ups. Gotta do those warm-ups. Yeah, do it. Perfect. Okay, what would a warlock be warlocking about? Just gotta give him like the medal. Just doing the rock on. Except I feel this warlock might just be giving somebody the finger. I don't know if that's appropriate. Depends on the situation, yeah. Oh, excuse me. It's not ready for that. When they deserve it. Maybe he's got a magical hand. No, that's actually, I like this idea, but it's not in character. Yes, I did actually. For a while, I thought it was a fever dream. Like I remember having a conversation with my sister once, and I was like, "Was there an Aladdin cartoon show?" And she's like, "Maybe." we were both like, "That might have been a thing," and I don't remember. Did he have a skeletal hand? Okay. That sounds legit. I think that came about because like we sat down and we were rewatching the Aladdin trilogy. I guess it's a trilogy. Yeah, and yep. And we were sitting there, we're like, hey, wait, didn't this happen? And then that's when we're like, wait, that might have been in the cartoon. And we're like, wait a second. There's a whole series after this movie. What the balls? Iago? Which one's... Quetzalbobble? Quetzalcoatl? Maybe it's only got 2 fingers. This is not right. This is not right at all. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, we're going to erase this. The claw. That would actually... Him getting his hand replaced with a monkey paw might be more on point than the other thing, but... Just give him a staff. Let's try this. I'm once again not in the audio channel. There we go. Sorry, Helios. Such a good axe. A non-muscular dude. Gith are interesting. Space elves. Yep. That was actually, I think, one of the first commissions I ever did was a Gith. Man, I don't remember. I do not remember. I have to look it up. Maybe it was a drow. I think it might have been a drow. Is it weird that I want to give this guy like a bindle sack? Like a he's got like all his stuff on a on a stick, and he's just riding the rails. Riding a bundle. Uh-oh, is it being weird? Do I need to check? Now hold on a minute. Let's go on. It's okay. Have you ever drawn Batman? Fair enough. The Failings. Failings doesn't sound like a... Yeah. We are the... So this is funny, but I don't think it's right. I think I might have him holding a hat. I think that would be better. I think he would be better holding a hat than he would be holding a bindle or a bundle. Failings are interesting, yeah. It says that. It says a vaguely humanoid berry bush. Short, genderless, vaguely humanoid berry bush. Its skin has dark, bark-like qualities and patches of leaves. Small blue flowers and light blue berries cover its head and joints. That is hilarious. I would give them, you know, good berry as a daily thing. They can cast invisibility as a spell-like ability, which is interesting. Trash Santa? What? Is that what druids look like to you? Oh, Dave Chappie? Yeah. Is it Davy? I've been saying that wrong. I've been saying that wrong my whole life. Well, for the like 4 months that I've been watching the video channel. Trash Santas, that's funny. Look, yeah, let's look at Radagast, who is supposedly a wizard, druid. Technically, he's an angel druid, but whatever. Like we can let that slide. But I think is this a joke? Hag. I just realized I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to draw this. This is going to be difficult. Here we go. I'm trying to draw him holding a hat, which... Eco-terrorists are like super hippies that are willing to kill people for saving trees. Which, yeah... yeah, I mean, I've played a lot of, I've had a lot of players play that kind of thing where they're like, humans don't deserve to live. I have to save all these squirrels. And it's like, okay, I mean, if that's how you're doing it, that's how you're doing it. Stupid grass. No. I always go with the transformation druid. I think that's the most fun. But I like doing random stuff like transforming into plants. Hella funny. Turning into bugs is really funny. Dinosaurs is really funny. I don't know, just turning into like a giant lizard is. How do people play the rules for getting eaten? That's the real question. Because oh yeah, that was one of my favorite moments. Well, one of my favorite moments in Critical Role. Season 1, spoilers ahead. Them teleporting into a dragon was just, so perfect. So perfect. I was at work when I was listening to that because I used to just have my podcast going while I was at work. I lost my shit. I had to like step off the line and take a moment. That's just like, holy crap. I called Jump Rope. I'm like, oh, you are going to love this next episode. It is amazing. It's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, you could go either way. I think that's kind of. I think what they did was on point. So, but at the same time, I don't think move robots are that crazy. I think how it was placed was crazy, but still super good either way. That was pretty good too. Oh, Sam. Sam is. They were supposed to fight everybody. Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, here, you could fight this boss or you could fight this boss, and they were like, what if we make the two bosses fight each other? It's like, that's kaiju battle. Let's do it. Once again, kaiju battles super good for D&D. Should have massive consequences to the countryside, which I have done that in the past. I had a player. They were supposed to save the kingdom from like basically a giant lava monster, and they needed this magical sword that this guy had. And he's like, "No, we have to do this." And so they just took it and threw it in the volcano. And I was like, "That's the exact opposite of what was supposed to happen." And that instantly summons the volcano monster. And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you guys were supposed to let that not happen. That was the whole point." So they fucked it up real bad. But yeah, long story short, they all died. It was great. And then for the next like 2 campaigns we had, I basically I fast tracked it because they all had to make new characters, and I fast tracked it 10 years. And I was like, yeah, 10 years ago, a giant lava monster ravaged the countryside, and now people hate adventurers because they're always mucking stuff up. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah. So that's how I roll. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think my favorite thing about the character that had the death wish was when his character finally died. My other players were like, "Oh, we'll just revive him," and he's like, "No, we're done. Like that's it. That character is finished." And then that character became yeah, no, he did. He's like, "No, I don't want to be revived." And his character became like this town folk hero. And I thought that was pretty great. And I just kept writing him into the script as like oh, I made a whole bunch of items based off of his gear. And so I was like, oh, this is the, his character's name was Shu, which I thought was funny. But, so his, it was like the shield of Shu, and it was this really, really good tank shield that is always in the store because nobody's bought it yet. But I like that kind of stuff. I think that kind of, because your characters, if they do get really high level, they are, they should have some renown. They should be somewhat famous for being so powerful. And then if they die, like that, they still exist. Like all the things they did in that universe still happened. And so I really like that idea that they can be kind of memorialized instead of just like, oh, start a new character, moving on. And that's something you don't get from video games. That was Dippy. Wait, I'm Dippy. It's fine. That was great. That's pretty cool. That was super good. Whoop, 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 whoop. It looks like his head is made out of cabbage, which I actually really like. Yeah. Yeah, Giths are weird. Let's look at. Oh, Gith and a Hydra, yeah. All good. There are a lot of Hydras in Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I'm doing commission day. You can definitely draw wherever you want. Wait, bolts have fletchings, right? Crossbow bolts? Yes. They have two. They have two fletchings. Really? Can you have three on a crossbow? This is a legit question. Oh, I'm sorry. I closed the YouTube chat. Let me double check that real quick. Goldtooth, welcome. How much did I miss? Hi, everybody. I remember the first kaiju battle. I turned into an ancient brass dragon and fought the Trask. I remember you talking about that. That was pretty cool. Damn, it doesn't seem like a lot of people watching this today. Yeah, we have a couple people in the live stream chat, Goldtooth. You're welcome to come hang out if you want. Otherwise, yeah, we're hanging out. I'm also... Oh, yeah, Uno. So one of the first... This is the campaign with Barrington. I can tell you a little story about Barrington. This was really one of our first campaigns as a big group of friends that I played with for a long time. And we had a really great DM who had played a lot, and so he was really excited about that. His name was Tobias. Great dude. Taught me a lot about DMing. And... we fought a whole bunch of bandits, I guess, like for the campaign. So like we were expecting to fight bandits, and we were all very inexperienced as adventurers. And after we basically killed all of them except one. And people in our party presumed to start torturing this dude, and it was bad. And we accidentally dropped a tree on him at one point, which like almost killed him. And then we revived him, and we just kept beating him up until he wouldn't talk. And we're like, all right, let's just leave him, and we left. And yeah, it was bad. It was like this is like the very first moment that our party started devolving until we became dragon pirates. This is also the same campaign where I accidentally killed a mare with a barrel. So mind you, it was a bear, a Strix, and a dwarf that was obsessed with blood. So it was kind of started as a non-human friendly party to begin with. But it was funny. Not that happened, but our party was funny in general, like what had happened with it. So we left this guy alone, and what we discovered is because we left him alive, our DM started making death saves for him. And this is in Pathfinder, so this is not when the death saves actually like were a thing. Every time we played, he sat down at the beginning of the day and he would roll dice and then write down notes about what was happening to this guy who we literally left in the forest with one arm. Like that's basically, so we started calling it the Ballad of Uno because it was this guy that was like slowly gaining power, and we didn't know this, and he told us this after the campaign. But he had this whole comeback from this guy every time, like, okay, Uno now has robotic legs and he's coming for you and he's doing all this other stuff, and it was a really cool story to hear after the fact. But it was very much, we basically thought this guy was dead. And our DM just kept making like rolls for it. Like, did he survive this encounter? Yes. Did he make it out of the forest? Yes. Did he do this? Did he do that? And he was building this basically giant epic boss to fight us. And then one day we sat down to play and he goes, Uno died. And we're like, what? And he's like, dang. We're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I remember that guy you guys dropped a tree on and left in the forest? He died just now. We're like, that was months ago. And he's like, he didn't make it. We're like, what the hell? So there's definitely like, I think death saves are really interesting. Now they're really quick, but like keeping that thought process of people you fight forever ago that you didn't kill might come back is really cool. And even if you do kill them, like there's the possibility that someone might revive them or someone could, like revenge is, I think, should definitely be a thing in this universe. So be careful about that stuff. Maybe don't drop trees on people that, you know. Yeah, torture is not, we had a conversation about that. This is the same campaign where the DM, because he thought we were all supposed to be good, but I'm like, I'm a polar bear. I don't know what good is. He's like, there's this white dragon and it's super pissed off. And we're like, wait, maybe we can talk to it because we don't want to fight it. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll totally let you guys all live if you bring me a sacrifice. And we're like, yeah, all right, that sounds fair. Like, that seems legit. Yeah, that's the old grandma thing. So we convinced this little old lady to come and heal this dragon. But then we get there and he's like, I'm going to eat her. And I'm like, I'm a polar bear. I'm okay with that. To which the Strix was all like, yeah, I don't like humans, I guess. And it was this really dark moment where the DM was just like horrified what we were doing, but we're like, we all want that dragon and we don't care about people because we're all kind of monsters. And that's when the game kind of shifted and the mayor didn't trust us and I had to kill him with a barrel and yeah. Things devolved very quickly and we became pirates. And then that started off our evil campaign and that was fun. So, yeah. It went crazy real fast. Real fast. Totally worth it, though. Totally worth it. And I would like to point out, we never lied to anybody. We were always very honest. Very honest. If you don't tell us what we want you to know, we're going to leave you in the forest. Screw you guys. Okay, bye. And then, hey, old lady, we have a dragon who is dying. Can you come heal it? I guess so. And then the dragon's like, I'm going to eat her. And we're like, that's fine. The mayor's like, what's going on? Well, we just fed an old lady to a dragon. What? No, hang out. Hold on. It's cool. I'm going to call the guards. Barrel. It's just, yeah, wildly out of hand. But that's D&D. That was a great first D&D experience and taught me a lot. Poor Barrington. I will save what happens to poor Barrington some other day, for another day, but something like that. This was also the same campaign where we had a bag of holding that had a kingdom of gnomes in it. It was so good. It was so good. It had like an extra dimensional plane in it instead of a bag. But we didn't realize that for a long time because we just kept throwing stuff in it. And then when we finally, like, I think what happened was I was a polar bear, so I'm like, I can hold my breath and I can swim forever, but no one else could. So they're like, we'll put you in the bag and I'll just swim. And then we threw him in the bag, and then our DM was like, well, you're sitting next to a giant pile of treasure in the middle of a forest. And they're like, what? And, super good. Toby, well done. Tobias, great job. Yep. That campaign was so high fantasy. Like, I was a bear. Yeah, it was like catastrophic fantasy. It was great. I think. Oh man, maybe that was the other campaign. I feel like I wouldn't have done that with Rook. I feel like I would have, or Doc. I would have done that with someone else. But maybe that was the Doc campaign. No, the Strix and the bear were together. Yeah, and the dwarf chopped the. Yep. No, that's right. I'm good. Giant earth tortoises are pretty great. That should be the next playable race. You know, why you should play a turtle. Kind of already did that. I did the turtles, but not turtles. What are you, some biologist? Get out of here. One's a sea turtle, one's a land turtle. Because you were upset about disclassifying turtles and tortoises? Oh. Two months, really? For not knowing the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? Oh, man. Okay, I've got a weird tangent right here, and I need to fix that, I think. Also, he's now a left-handed crossbower. So let's just... Maybe that's okay. No, you'd have the bolts on the right side, wouldn't you? Slap. Pull. Pull. Slap. Pull. Slap. Which hand do you use to reload a crossbow? Your main hand or your offhand? This is what you get for turtles. Have them take the monk and then give them random weapons and call them famous artists. Hey, if you want to play a Ninja Turtle, I'm down. Where's Andreas when we need it? He would always have an opinion on how to reload a crossbow. When I had a light crossbow for a while, I would cock it with my left hand, and then I would put the arrow in it with my left hand, and then I would shoot it. Yeah. Yeah, if you gotta, like... That's true. I don't know. Crank. I was watching the Slingshot channel, whatever that guy's name is. Super cool. Yeah. And he had like a self-winding crossbow someone sent him. That was pretty cool. Like you push the button and it's just like kick. And it's like, nah, that's awesome. But at that point, I was like, why not just, I don't know, not use a crossbow if you're gonna put that much. Like if you're gonna put electric motors on it, just I don't know, do something else. Still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. Let's check out your Hydra. All I have is a tail. That is a beefy Hydra. That is a beefy Hydra. Warp warp. Makes me think of like a pit bull. Oh, but if you make it a dog, that's not a Hydra anymore. Now it's a Cerberus. It's a pug Cerberus. Yeah, there is. I think so. Maybe not. Maybe not in. Let me look. Cerebri. Yeah, in Pathfinder there are. There's also the Cerberi, Cerberi. They're level 6. Cerberus, 5 feet, homebrew page, bummer. Yeah, not on D&D. Here we go. There is one for 3.5. We aren't even in hell yet. That's a funny quote. CR10. Okie dokie. Oh, what did I just roll over? Nothing? Great. I think my chair's breaking. Everything in my house is breaking. It's fine. Okay, so things I want to add here. He's a warlock. Warlock. I think he needs like a card pouch or something here. Just give him like a little kit. I was thinking like tarot cards, but it could be a deck of many things. You don't know. Wait, so we got the ferryman, but we don't have Cerberus the Hellhound? Apparently not. I honestly... That's what Goldtooth says. I feel like his buckle's got to be ridiculous. It's got to be like a sweet, sweet buckle. Maybe we'll put a skull on it. Oh. We'll check the Hydra. It'll take a second. Warp. The ferryman from the River Styx has his own stat block and things you can fight, but you don't want to because it's a thing of challenge rating 30. Does D&D have challenge rating 30 stuff? Like in canon? Gotcha. We don't have servers or hellhounds to guard the dead. Yeah, you don't need to guard the dead. You got the Raven Queen and stuff. Okay, so this belt, I want to make this belt something wicked cool. I'm going to go with like a demon skull, I think is what I'm going to do here. I will do push-ups for it because Mandalorian skull. Oh, like the... I think so. Let's see if I can... Why do I have Tenacious D in my head today? That's weird. I mean, it's not bad. Totally fine with Tenacious D. You still been drawing a GIF. It generally upsets me now. We need a surface. We are adorable hellhounds. He's terrible. Cute pro. I mean, I think actually, are you sure they aren't there? I think they might be labeled as something different, to be totally honest. D&D. So there are death dogs. Death dogs have two heads. Death dogs. Yeah, death dogs are the closest thing I've found so far. Unofficial tabletop news. What? Welcome, Christian. Welcome to the chat. Hellhounds, death dogs, and three-headed dogs. That is not what I want. Oh, Ward of summoning death dogs. That's pretty good. I like that. I like those kind of traps. I think there's a lot of like death traps are not as fun as they like as people think. I've had a lot of DMs throw death traps. It's like, oh, you die. It's like, oh, come on. Like, what that trap really did was just drop my health pool. But which really, if you're in a trap room, it's like, okay, we're just gonna rest now. It's like that was a waste of time. But something like that, where they like start summoning things or cause puzzles to start, I think are really fun. We're gonna find out, I think, next time we play. What is the IQ number that people are supposed to have? I actually don't know what average IQ is. I have no idea. To Google. I mean, but then again, the IQ test is a kind of a very, yeah. I know it's not Einstein level. I believe averaging is 90 to 115. All right. That would make sense if 100 is their scope. I know when I took the SATs, or ACTs, or whatever the hell I took, I scored really high in reading comprehension. And I was like, what? Like, I hate that so much. I don't like any of that. So I don't know how much those are actually good and how much they're just... I have really, really bad test anxiety. I had to deal with that a lot in college. But... Gotcha. I should look that up sometime. But yeah, I know I did much better than I thought I would do. I only took it once, which is another thing. Apparently you're supposed to take it a bunch, but I just didn't want to do it. Got me into college, so who knows? Who knows? Standardized testing is kind of poop. Now, ask me about DMing a game, and oh boy howdy. Now, mind you, I still think like Tobias is a way better DM than I am. Probably is. Maybe. You know, that's always a possibility. I should probably call him and see if he is dead or not, because that does happen. I think if your metric for like, am I better than you? I'm gonna wait until you die so that I become the best. It's a little spiteful, but yeah, I guess maybe that is how us druids are made, or Sith lords. Just like, I will be the best as soon as you die, or a king. That's true. That's how kings work. I didn't think about that. That's wait. Let's do this. I just realized I've been kind of quiet today. Sorry about that. Getting real invested in this skull now, which I do have to do push-ups for here in a second. People are just like, oh, Jesus, what is that? It's like a lizard bear? Is that a fantasy koala? Is that what it is? No one can hear me better than Matt. No one can be better than Matt Mercer. No one can be better than I mean. Gotcha. I will take you up on that. How do you handle war in campaign settings? Not the mechanic. I have, but I'm Helis. Are you asking about like how do I deal with war as a like a campaign setting, or war as in? You're saying not as a mechanic, so I assume you're meaning not like on the battlefield. How do you deal with wars fighting each other, like two warring sides? You're asking more about like campaign settings. What if he kind? Wait, what it is kind of sad. He did bring D&D back into the spotlight, but he also made it very complicated for many DMs to actually play a game for everybody wanting to be like Matt Mercer does. Matt Mercer has talked about like the Matt Mercer effect, and I think that is legit. But I really think the issue with the Matt Mercer effect is that players especially when you're just trying to find a game, are always wanting to find a Matt Mercer. And it's like, that's not how that works. Like, that's what you want, you have to pay a voice actor to DM for you. And so, once again, D&D should be it's a community storytelling device. And so you have to think about it that way, and a lot of people don't. And so really, I think the biggest issue people have with the Matt Mercer effect is not talking to each other about it. And that's one of my things, like, the Critical Role crew is really good at role-playing their way through stuff. I mean, like, everything they do. And the roles are secondary to them because they can do that. I am the opposite. When I play things, I would be very happy with a player just saying, I would like my barbarian slapjaw to persuade this guard to let us pass. Roll for it. No, I'm totally happy if that's how you want to play it. Like, if you do act something out, I will take that into account with the roll. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Like, giving yourself advantage by having, like, a really good, like, what the hell was that noise? There was a cat that just bit my toe and I screamed really loud. Like, cool, roll the dice. Versus, I want him to not think that was important. Roll the dice. I'm okay with both of those things, depending on the player. And a lot of people, think that they have to be this high level, especially with, like, bards. Like, oh, I have to sing or I have to tell jokes. I have to be funny all the time. It's like, you don't. You can just be like, I'm gonna start my performance. Cool. Yeah. You overestimate my abilities. So that's really where my head's at. I don't think it's bad what Matt Mercer is doing. I think the Critical Role crew are amazing, and they very much are the pinnacle of entertainment for D&D because they are doing, like, a best case scenario for a D&D game, and they are all professionals in voice acting and creating characters. A lot of people aren't like that. That's like expecting to go play baseball with your friends for the first time ever and all of them to be pitching, like, fastballs. It's like, it's not going to happen. Like, there's no one's practiced that much as the professionals. So, most average bards, and once their hero named Ragnar the Red came riding into an old road. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing I see, like, Grog Strongjaw, like I said, has become, like, the poster child for barbarians. But that's not because Travis Willingham did it. Travis Willingham picked a very classic archetype to begin with. So, like, that's what I'm saying. It's not so much that Critical Role, I think broke D&D, because I don't think they did. I think they showed us, like, it is the professional level. Like, that's the professional level that something could get to. And most people really actually don't want that. I think a lot of people look at it and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not idolize it, but romanticize it as, like, this is what D&D should be. And it's like, yeah, but D&D can also be like you and 5 of your friends throwing chips at each other and laughing. Like, that's enough. That's all D&D has to be. I've had a lot of times when we'll come over to play D&D and someone's just, like, exhausted, and it's like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just paint minis today. Like, we don't have to play. Like, really, D&D, the most important part about D&D is getting together and playing. And whether that's online or in someone's living room, like, that's the important thing. The storytelling aspect of it is, that's just a way to interact. And I think that's totally fine if it doesn't get... The drop bear. The Jonas drop bear. I hope that was not a rant, but it might have been a rant. It was a little bit of a rant. So, yeah. Like the classic beer and pretzel approach. Yeah, beer and pretzel approach. Exactly. Like, really, at the end of the day, if you want to play D&D with your friends, you just need a way to... Yeah, you just need friends. That's fair. That is the first hurdle, is finding people that will play with you. At least that was the hurdle for me for most of my life. Let's play D&D. No. It's like, okay. But But really, at the end of the day, you can play D&D with, a coin. If you have something that can work somewhat like a die. Yeah, I mean that's great. We used to play D&D. We used to play D&D like when I was really, really young. We played a few times where we didn't have any dice or anything, and it was literally just like, okay, you're a barbarian, you have an axe, you are the cleric, you can heal people, and we're gonna go. And that was it. And like, there were no numbers, there were no stats. It was just like, what are you gonna do? It's like, oh, I'm gonna hit this guy with my axe. It's like, great, let's do it. Like Zork style. I don't know if anybody ever played the original Zork games. Really old school. Literally just like, you're standing in front of a house. It's like, what can I do here? A minotaur approaches you. I kill it. It kills you first. I'm like, damn it. I try to talk to it. It cuts your head off. It's like, stupid minotaur. I stab it. You successfully stab the minotaur and it dies. Like, I found the right word to use. Holy shit. Sorry, the what approach? I've never heard about it. Can you explain it in some other way? Christian, I think what Goldtooth is talking about is the classic beer and pretzel approach. Is basically just bring your friends, beer, pretzels, and then you sit down and play a game. Like, you don't have. It doesn't matter if it's a full-length D&D extravaganza. It's literally just you and your friends sitting down and shooting the shit. It's weird that phrase that I just used is the most PC, like, appropriate term I could think of, because there's a lot of other ways I could say it. But yeah, shooting the breeze. There we go. That's the better one. No, it's an old saying from a lot of old DMs. The beer and pretzels approach is sort of what you just do. It's just a metaphor for people having sat down, had beer and pretzels, and started playing D&D. Yeah, exactly. And I think even Critical Role kind of touches on that with their old intro, where they were just all coming over, sitting down and just playing in a living room. I think that's really where D&D is special. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of old. They have a lot of old. Like Instagram pictures of them just being like, "Ha, I'm playing D&D today, hell yeah!" And it was really funny. Yeah, there's a handful of them. If you go back and listen to one of the first episodes of All Work No Play, they actually talk about like back when it was actually a podcast. They talked about. Like, hey, we're gonna go play some D&D and Sam's like, this is the first time I've ever played D&D. It's gonna be ridiculous, and they're talking about their characters, and that's kind of a fun little thing to listen to, because they just talk about like, yeah, we have this friend Matt Mercer. He's really good. He's amazing. He does all this crazy stuff, and so yeah. I mean, it's definitely a passion thing for them. Like that's really how it is, and I think that's one of the things that. I've had a lot of people try to play D&D with me. That's pretty great. That's pretty good. And it's funny. It's funny because different things will trigger different people to want to play D&D. Like sometimes it's look at all these books. Like for Jump Rope, when we sat down and we had like a friend with 5 or 6 books. She's like, this is amazing. And we went to our friend Barry's house, and he had literally every Pathfinder book that exists in like a bookshelf. And Jump Rope was just like, we have to buy all these books. Like, this is it. This is Pathfinder is the thing we're doing now. We're dedicating our lives to this. And I'm like, okay, cool. For me, like the little minifigures, it's just like, I'll sit down and people are like, yeah, I guess we could play D&D. That'll be fine. And then I'm like, do you want to be this barbarian or this barbarian? And they see like the box of minifigures I have, and they're just like, this is the best thing I've ever done. This is it. We're playing D&D forever now. And so, and I think some people really get into making characters. Like I did that for a long time. My big thing was just, I brought a new character to the table every week. I was like, I want to try this out. I want to try this out. I want to try this out. And Tobias was really cool with that. He was like, yeah, try it. See if you like it. So definitely each. It's not always the same thing that makes D&D fun for people, but coming together and doing that is really cool. way I love playing colds. Yeah, exactly. Yep, yep. And I think that's the thing. I think that's why with the Matt Mercer effect, people wanting and seeing like, oh, why can't my DM be like Matt Mercer? It's like, well, maybe you're not, really good friends with them. Like that's the big thing. It's like, buy your DM some beer and hang out for a while. Like maybe that'll help. Yeah, I let me say this correctly. So you just said you're not sure you would like Matt Mercer as a DM. I would love to play a game with Matt Mercer, but his style is not mine. I absolutely agree with that. Like I'm very, very loose with the rules. I'm just like, just do what you want. Like we're gonna go crazy with it. And then I'm a stickler for mechanics, which is really strange. Sure, that's fair. there's a I think Matt Mercer is a really cool dude. From all the interviews I've seen from him, and I think his Critical Role DM presence is really solid. Like I said, as a professional level, and he is really good at DMing. I think I would love to have him as a player. I think that would be really fun. I love watching him play games because he's super excited about them. So, yeah, when the one shot he did with Stephen Gobert just made me love both of them so much more. And that I think is the beauty of it. I would love to have Liam O'Brien be my DM. I think that would be great. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I'm so good with that. I love it. No, my real issue, the only issue I have with like playing a campaign of Matt Mercer is he loves diving into lore, and I don't know. I have a hard time following that kind of stuff. That's really the only issue I have with it. Is like, I'd be totally fine just a dungeon dive. Like I love dungeon dives so much. The Rock and Rock Johnson does actually play D&D, just not many people actually know that. Yeah, The Rock does play D&D, which is really cool. What was the D&D Diesel? Did you guys ever watch that? Vin Diesel. It was pretty. I have no idea. I didn't actually watch all of it. I just thought it was funny. Really, YouTube just kept pushing the commercials on me for like a month, and I just kept laughing at it. I'm like, yeah, it's D and Diesel. That's such a good name. But I didn't actually watch it. So, if you guys did watch it, cool. Yeah, Theater of the Minds. That's how I used to play when I was really little because we didn't have any figures or we had like one set of dice, so it was a lot of just. Yeah. But now, like, I love having the figures. I love having the table. Super good. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I really like 3.5. 3.5, I think, was a good balance of that. And then 4.0 went a little nuts. Zorbo Jonas. Let's take a look at Zorbo Jonas. Ba-da-da-da-da. All right, what do people think? That's pretty good. I like his little claws. Apparently, back in the old days, my folks, when we used to play D&D, they just spray painted beach balls and ran around in costumes actually playing D&D in real life. Yeah, that is the next stage of D&D, which I have not gotten to yet, which is LARPing. What was there's a meme out there of like I'm gonna find it. That's pretty great. Mind you, I have done a lot of weird stuff, like LARPing, but usually in a competitive setting. Yeah, I had a couple friends that were in Amp Guard, I think is what it's called, and so I designed some shields for them, and like I would train with them just because, like, hell yeah, teach me how to fight with a sword. And really, it just turned into them like beating the crap out of me, which was fine, like that, because I was bad at it. But that was kind of interesting. Yeah, yeah, super good. Here we go. I found it. I'm gonna post this in the voice chat. It probably belongs in the meme chat, but we're talking about it right now, so I think this is legit. Wait, why'd you delete him? Oh, you just moved him. You moved him over here. Yeah, I had to move the canvas. I like you, D&D, but I'm scared of that guy. Laughing. I don't even know that guy. Look at me, brother. So good. So good. Yeah. I mean, I've also, my college campus had a pretty big LARPing thing, and so they would like go out in the middle of the quad and just start throwing fireballs at each other, and it's like, oh man, I kind of want to go play, but I don't want people to know that I want to go play. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Proxy embarrassment is a great way, because it's like, that looks hella fun, but I'm not willing to hang out with you guys. Fireball, fireball, fireball. Yeah. I remember when I was... So my father was a copy repairman for many, many years, and I had access to like an industrial copy machine in my garage. So when my friends from his cousin got the D&D, the Dungeon Manual, like this, I think it was second edition. I think he got a second edition player's guide. I'm like, okay, you give that to me for the weekend, and I will photocopy the whole thing. Because that was how we got access to the book. Like, that was it. Yeah, I loved the art. Like, that second edition art, like, sent me on where I am today. But that was the thing. Like, I spent a whole weekend photocopying that. My mother was like, "Oh, you're worshiping the devil," and I'm like, "I'm not worshiping the devil. I just want to cast cool spells." And so I know that I was there. I felt that stigma. It wasn't as like, I was pretty young when like the real like Satan worshiping stuff was going around with D&D. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So my mom had remembered all of the bad stuff about it. My dad was just like, he like looked at the book and he's like, "This is fine. I don't care." So it was good. It was good that they were somewhat open about it. But initially they were really scared of it because of all of the Satan panic. Yeah. So. I'm the greatest. The Yeth Hound? Yeah, the Yeth Hounds are pretty great. I'm the greatest wizard of all time. I can only use Spellfire, and I received a by G Fuel. I used my homebrew staff to reflect. What? Apparently back in the old days, D&D, they would just spectate. Yeah, Yeth Hounds are pretty great. I love throwing Yeth Hounds at my players. It's really funny. I think they can speak psychically, right? Like, they just talk into your head. Hey. Maybe it's a Pathfinder thing. Or I could have had a very specific Yeth Hound, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's fair. I do like... Yep. I'll put that on. I will put that on YouTube right now. The books are guides. They're not. So they shouldn't be rules. Yeah. It's a guide. Yeah, and I've been working with a few people that are developing books and content, and that's really the thing is like the writers want to give away their stuff. A lot of them say like, here's the core rule set, like here's 20 pages, play our setting, and that's it. And then what we're going to sell you is content for that rule set because they want to get that rule set out. They want people to play it. That's the main goal. But everything else is supplementary. Like, yeah, it's just, and that's how I've set up my Patreon page. This is not a plug. This is kind of my mindset. This is kind of a plug, but not really. This is more how this is how I want to sell my stuff, is that I want to give away the YouTube channel, right? You can all watch the videos. Any of the art I do for the videos is free on the Patreon. You can go to the Patreon page now and just download any of those images. Because I want you to be able to use my characters and see them and play them. And then what I have for my patrons is the stuff like, draw with me. That's great. Or I have PNGs so you can just really easily slap it on a character sheet. That's the content that I'm selling. It's like I've put a little extra effort in here so that you don't have to like try to cut something out in Photoshop, or I've made the tokens for you so you can just easily use them. But if you want to take those photos and, chop them up and make your own tokens, I'm fine with that because that's what it is. So that's how I feel like a lot of D&D was and should have been. It's like, here's the core set. Here's the stuff that is accessible. I want to talk about it. And then we'll sell you the extra effort we put into making like cool art for the monsters and the stats for extra monsters that you could totally make yourself. Yeah, so that's my philosophy on it, and I hope I can keep doing that. I want to keep. It is a guide, yeah. Yeah. I just do like right now. I'm working on a commission here. This is a commission for somebody. You redrew the Jonas guy. That's bad. I like that one a lot. Hey, what's going on? Oh, the sticker mule is ready. The Barrington Ale stickers are approved. Yes. So we got stuff coming out. It's going to be great. That's a good question. Speaking of that, is there a way to commission a new drawing? Yeah, Solus, you can either send me a message through Discord, or you can send me a message on through my art station, I believe. There are links for those down in the comments below. I am going to be taking more commissions next week, I believe. I'll start on Monday, probably. Maybe Tuesday. Yeah, because I still want to get 2 videos out. Oh, God. It's Tuesday. I can probably do it. I got this. I'm going to try to get 2 videos out this week. And then I have this commission to finish. And then I have another commission to pick up on Monday. So I'm maybe 2 weeks out for starting new commissions. But they are there. Bargast. Yeah, between a wolf and a person. Oh yeah, the goblins. I'm sorry. Things that shouldn't be on YouTube. It's not on YouTube, and that's the best part about it, is that only the people in the Discord got to hear that great comment. Well, I think I'm about done with this base, but I haven't drawn the feet. I think I'm going to do something really cool. I want to add like some really nice texture details in on the coat here to make it really look like a doublet. The legs might be kind of skinny. I might have to thicken those up a little bit. There you go. That's your new YouTube channel. You can just be Zorbo Jonas. Zorbo draws on YouTube. So normally, we should do a self-portrait day. That could be a lot of fun. So this is what I normally look like with my little mask. Yep, just mostly mask. Oh, Jonas, one of these days I'm going to have to show you my my Darkspear mask. I love it. It's so good. Okay, let's do this. So normally I want my hair to look like this with my mohawk. But since the quarantine thing, what are we calling it? The Backstreet Boys concert, I look like this now. I look like fucking Finn the Human. Sorry about that. That was a weird slip of the tongue. Aha! Oh, you have like a really? That's great. Huh. Weird. Sure. Huh. It's very possible. Okay, there we go. So that's current Rook with all the hair. I got so much hair right now. Yeah. Did I truncate my own face? I cheapified my face. That's a secret. That's not cool. I'm so chunky, so fat. Except the secret is I currently have a man bun because I can't deal with how much hair I have. I might just keep it until October and then go as like Soka or something. It could be fun. Yep. I forgot my sideburns because I do have some wicked sideburns right now. There we go. Yes. I had growing up, my family, I've talked a little bit about this. I have basically all of my family members, my older family members, are like mountain men, so they have huge beards, and so like my dad was the reserved one, and he has just like a mustache, like a nice little goatee mustache thing. Whatever these are, I don't know what the hell you call these. Just like very neatly trimmed. And I growing up, I couldn't grow a mustache for some reason. It just didn't look good. And so, but I have massive sideburns, and my dad couldn't grow sideburns. So I was just like, oh yeah, I'll check this out. so he had the mustache, and I had the sideburns, and we just were at odds. That's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Not quite. So my let's draw some sideburns. Let's do it. So let's see if I can draw myself here real quick. Let's see if I can give myself. So I do have a lot of hair right now, which is great. Like it's a lot of hair. Basically, this is what my sideburns actually look like. Like they are just all over the place. And then I got like a lot of hair. And then I got the Man, I don't think I could put my mohawk up. I'm pretty sure my mohawk would be like this long right now if I put it up. Yeah, I do have some pretty epic hairspray. My cousin actually just started a band a while back, and he's going like full Wayne Static, which I love. Like I super appreciate it. And then part of me having long hair was just like, you know what? If he can do it, I'm gonna grow my hair out too. And then the Backstreet Boys concert happened, and now it's like, well, now I don't have an option. So I will probably shave the sides of my head again and get the hawk back before too long. But what do they call it? One of my friends in college used to call it the fin. It had the dorsal fin, and I was like, don't call my mohawk a dorsal fin. He's like, no, it's great. I'm like, it's not great. Shut up. But yeah, gotta love the Wayne Static. It's a good way to go. And then I have this huge nose. I have a huge troll nose. It's great, like Cyrano de Bergerac style. Also, I have spider eyes. That's the other thing. If anybody's writing the Wikipedia page, you guys can fill that out. And I did. We're basically done for the day, so I'm kind of going off the rails a little bit, but. You know what you should do? If you got the Wayne Static, you should grow like a really pointy beard. There we go. That's the kind of hairstyle I should have. If I ever go to a convention, just look for the guy that looks like this. And you... We're gonna wear pants, like maybe like little tiny shorts. Boom. I totally closed the. I'm sorry, everybody. I just got so distracted there. Mainsail, the mainsail. You're talking about the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. I am talking about the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. I hope they, I hope they're having a good time. Aren't sideburns usually considered as a man chops? I suppose so. I used to get made fun of a lot in my my old job. They called me Hank McCoy because I had the faux hawk. I had the faux hawk, and then I had these massive sideburns and a little tiny goatee. That's what I looked like for a long time. because I wasn't allowed to have the actual mohawk. And if I don't have the actual mohawk, I don't shave my sideburns because it's like, I don't know why not. And then when you do get the mohawk, you just like and just shave it off all in one go. And then you got one of these. Ah, yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's the two sides of me. This is the Rook I want to be, and this is the Rook that I usually am. Just fuzzy. I think the longest I've ever gone without shaving is like 2 weeks. It's just like, as soon as I start getting a beard, it's like, nope, that's done. We're done with that. I don't want to see what Rook beard looks like. Not particularly. Just my moniker. But yeah. Yeah, I can't go much more than a week before I start having much going on here. Let's see. There we go. All right, there we go. That's the demasked Rook for the day for everybody that stayed as long as they did. Yeah. That's the same. That's basically my. Yep. It's actually not a goatee anymore. It's whatever these are. Yep. I do have to do some push-ups. I do have to do some push-ups still, so I will do those before I log out. But yeah. Yep. I do it often. I have a. That's one of the few things that in college I did a lot of. I did a lot of sculpting and I did a lot of casting. I did a lot of and so I did a lot of sculpting skulls and modeling skulls, and that was just kind of my jam. I dig it. Are we live? It's pretty good, Jonas. My artwork still looks like Miss Paint Sad Face. Miller, you're always welcome to come draw with us sometime on the free draw days and just hang out and get better. Most of the fun of these is hearing the voice chat. Yeah, definitely. If you're not in the voice chat, feel free to jump into the live stream. We've gone over stream today, but you know what? I'm okay. I think we'll hang out for a little bit longer. Yeah, it is 12 o'clock. I should be going, but yeah, I'm going to hang out for a little bit. I think we'll hang out a little longer. Not really. It's kind of really lax. My commissions are basically, basically I just, well, if they're not YouTube friendly, I haven't actually done any non-YouTube friendly commissions yet, which is totally fine by me. But yeah, usually I just talk to the person who wants to do a commission and we work something out, because I don't want it to be. I've had a few people be like, "Here's like 2 pages of what I want you to draw," and those are the least fun for me, because it's like, okay, you want something very specific, and I can do that. But I like having the freedom with it. So if it's something like you want very, very specific, there are some people on this server that are actually really good, and I think they might be worth talking to. If you want something that's more just because you like my style and you want your character in my style, yeah, I'm usually pretty lax about it. Like, what kind of character, what race, what class? Do they have any fun things? Like, oh, they have a weird guitar that they bring with them everywhere. I usually just, favorite weapon, favorite like color of clothes, color of eyes, hairstyle. But it's really, I try to keep it vague, just so I can have fun with it and let it grow and do it that way. So I usually have about a week turnaround is usually the longest. A lot of the times, especially if I try not to take too many so that they don't get weared out like that. But usually it's about 2-day turnaround once I start a commission. So like this one I started yesterday, and I've only done it on the stream. I'll probably just finish this up here today and be done with it by tomorrow would be my guess. So, Hail Hydra. But yeah, so that's basically it. It's just a matter of talking to people and making it work out. I usually spend I'd say about 6 to 8 hours on a commission. It's usually about the average time. So if it gets more complicated than that, then it becomes I want people, like I've had a few people be very, very specific, and it's like, that's going to take me like 10 to 15 hours. Like I just know it is. So I usually have to charge a little more than that. So depending on the flexibility and the what people want, yeah, they're pretty relaxed about it. And I'm pretty good about talking to people, and if they're like, oh, can you change this one thing? It's like, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I've had exactly, yeah, letting the artist really. Bri said the same thing right there. Like, why wouldn't you hire a professional to let them do their own thing with it? Because that's kind of the beauty of art. But there are also people that, they already have their character in their head, and they're like, this is exactly what I want. Can you do that? And a lot of times I'll be like, there are some better people. I think there are better people that can really get your idea out if that's really what you want. And there are artists that do that. They're like, here's a 2-page thing that I want you to fill out before I do your commission. Because I don't want to have to make anything up. I just want to do the art and be done with it. I'm very much not that kind of artist. I've struggled with that in the past, working with professional companies. It's just not my thing. Yeah. Both. So the question was, with all of the different poses I do I use references? And I do use references, but not usually. I'll just do a lot of freeform drawing. I'll just do a lot of even usually when I do commissions, I get a regular sketchbook out and I just draw like a lot of little, like, oh, I want this or I want that, and I'll just do little figure drawings first. And then if I find something that I really like, I will look for reference for like specific poses. Like, okay, and I have a lot of like figures, like drawing figures that I'll try posing. And then once I actually start doing the drawing, I will go grab references. Like for this right here, I said I wanted to start adding like this doublet. I looked up like 6 different doublets. What did we call this yesterday? Gambeson. I looked up a bunch of gambesons. And so that, like, this shape definitely was referenced. And I will probably look up a whole bunch of different, like, cloth brocade. Is that what it's called? And I'll build something out like that. And so, like, those things definitely referenced. And I think that's important. So it really depends. And if people have, I have had people in the past send me references that they like. Like, I want my character, and these are the things that I think are cool. That's perfect. Is who a halfling? This guy? No, he's a human. Why? he's a Bardish Warlock. Have I flipped the image? I haven't in a while. What's wrong with it? You're freaking me out. You're freaking me out, Jonas. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? Yeah, why do you think he's a halfling? Oh, he's got big hands. I did that on purpose. No, I wanted him to have big hands. That's also why I'm not doing the feet yet, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with the feet. I think they might be a little short and thin. Yeah, I agree with that. I think I'm going to have to reshrink this. Yeah. See if we can fix this up. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do this because I'm a badass. Whoops, what did I just do? Why did that delete it? Add more detail, Jonas. Add more detail. That's what they want. Yeah, that looks much better. I think making the legs bigger was definitely the right call. Not on YouTube. You can cuss all you want. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, go for it. Be a sailor. Yeah, so I hope that illuminated how I like. That's kind of my art process, especially with the videos as well. The videos I usually have a set idea of what I want, and then I'll just start sketching and record that for a few hours and see where it goes. I do, yeah. Normally, my process for making the videos is very much get an idea, write like a one paragraph script of like, this is the thing. Then I want to talk about the stats, and then I want to talk about this cool thing I found out about these characters. Like I remember the monkey script I struggled with for like a month, and basically for like 2 weeks the whole script was a bunch of different types of monkeys, and then Gorilla King, holy crap, everything explodes. And that was the whole script. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And I panicked. It took me a while. I was really proud of that video, but because it took so long. But yeah, I was really happy with that one. So I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. Sometimes. I have in the past some of the videos. Man, which one was it? One of the videos I recorded. I did a bunch of it, and then all of a sudden I realized that I was wrong. Like I found another book, and I was like, holy crap. I have to redo like this whole thing. And I'm glad I found it before I posted it. But yeah, it's a weird process. It's a really weird process. Usually I have about 20 or 30 minutes of audio that I have to cut down for about a 5-minute video. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's most of it. So, talking to the cats. Sometimes I do talk to the cats. Sometimes I just yell at them, like during the video. Like that's what I thought. Yeah, that's something I really wanted to get away from because that's the, and no disrespect to any of the other YouTubers out there that are doing D&D content, but even with a few people asked me to do like, hey, talk about this character, and that's what a lot of other people are doing, or talk about the specific campaign that you were on when you were doing these things. And every time I do that, I listen to those videos, it just sounds like they're reading from their script, and they have like a very specific cadence, and I hate that. Like it gets monotonous to me, and I don't like it. So I very much wanted to write all the scripts as if I was talking to someone about why they should play this character, and that's where my head is every time I'm writing these scripts. Like, here's the cool thing. Here's the great thing about this. Here's why I think you should do it. Oh, Jonas is actually streaming. Exciting. Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you. There we go. Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds we can hear you. It's working just fine. What did I just do? There we go. But I think that's where we're gonna stop this stream though. Before I give him any other weird stuff, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for that. I might have to talk to the commissionee first. You made it? Did you say you made it too dragony? You know what it needs. You know what it needs, Jonas. These little wings. All right, top hat. That's pretty awesome. Does he have a cage out there? Or is he actually just like hang out in the backyard? Gotcha. Big old macaw cage. Gotcha. See, Jonas likes the Bri. Yep, Bri's making me do push-ups. I'm gonna do my push-ups, and we'll probably call it for the day. I think I got to do 25 because I got tipped, and I do a skull. Let's do 25 push-ups, then we're gonna call it for the day. But Jonas needs help. Everyone discuss Jonas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 1, 2, 25. Alrighty, that was it. 25. We got the commission going. Miller, the drawing today, we're just doing a Patreon draw, so Patreons are allowed to join in. Friday we will do an open draw, so if you want to come draw with us on Friday, there'll be a link for you to join our drawing session. Yeah, it'll be on the Discord. I'll drop it in the... it should be in the general text chat, and I'll post it there when you see where you see the link. That's where it'll usually be. So Fridays are our open draw days for the community, and we can do that then. So for everyone else, it is a few days away. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll do push-ups. Tired. Tomorrow will be the viewer suggestions, so everyone can come and suggest what they want us to draw. Tomorrow we'll do that. Thursday. Nice. That'll be cool to see. So we're gonna do that on Wednesday. Thursday, I'm not sure what we'll do for Thursday. We might do another live stream. I'm not sure, or live play. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll find out. I'll keep working on those videos. The new stickers are up on Redbubble, and I'll post some of those when I get those. And so we will catch you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a wonderful day.